Welcome to The Insight, where we take our voices to the world. My name is Love Owen. More and more young Cameroonians are becoming very creative and innovative. We mostly take on the problem-solving approach to things, as we love challenges and come to life wherever we see a problem, because it creates an opportunity for us to provide solutions to those problems. And we seek now to have relevance in the IT field. That is why here with me today is Mr. Zuo Bruno. He's CEO and founder of Zoix. I know most of us know him. He's an ethical hacker, and today we are going to be learning so much about IT, and you're going to be so shocked about how much Cameroon has evolved in the IT field. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much for coming on this program.
Thank you, Love. Thank you for welcoming me. It's a pleasure always being here on RTV.
Thank you. Yeah. So please, can you just tell us about Zoix?
Zoix is the first of its kind. It's an offensive information security company. This means that we approach security offensively. We don't wait for companies to come and tell us that they have a security problem. So we go out there and make sure that we check if the company has a problem. If it does, we check what the problem is, and then we write a full report to the company, explain them the security problem they have, and if they accept for us to defend it, then we go ahead and defend the company.
Okay. You said it's an offensive security company.
Offensive information security company. Yeah. So that means we, like I said, it means we go out there and check these companies. Offensively means we don't wait for you to report a problem.
Okay, yeah.
We check if there is a problem, and if there is a problem, we let you know. That's the ethical part of it.
Okay.
Most guys will exploit the weakness you have, but what we do as a certified company is we inform you. We write a full report. We tell you that your company has this problem. If you want us to secure it, good and fine. If you don't want, then at least you have the idea that you have a security problem.
So it means you go without being called. For example, you can just go to Camtel or MTN or maybe CMPS and say, oh, there's a problem here.
Yes, and that usually the first stage is to do it online. You check online, you check if there's an online problem. Is your website, can your website be attacked?
Okay.
What can the attacker do? And then we write you a report. We said on so and so date we went to your website, we discovered this type of problem, or your network has this type of problem. We think that you can solve it by giving us a call. If we do receive a call, we know you want to solve it. But if not, at least you then have the idea that I have this type of problem. Yeah.
Okay, so the companies that you've tried to help, have they not felt threatened that, oh, these people have seen this weakness so they can use it against us?
Yeah, it's a two-way sword. Okay, some of them feel threatened, and some of them are happy even. Then some say, okay, yes, we already know about this problem. We knew about this problem a long time ago, and they go behind our backs, get guys that can protect them. So there's no way you can go around it. You just have to know that you have problems that companies face, and these companies are not always going to welcome you. So it's either you sit back and you allow these companies to face problems from unethical hackers, or you go out of your way to make them understand that there's actually a problem.
Okay.
Yep.
And you said you're an ethical hacker. Is hacking correct? Is it?
I think you have a question to ask. Most people ask this question a lot of time. How come you're a hacker?
How come you're a hacker?
And you're not in jail?
Ethical hacker.
Yeah. The reason why we're using the word ethical is so that people know the difference. There are three types of hackers. The first type of hackers are called the bad hackers. We call them in our field black hats.
Yes.
These people go out of their way to attack companies and individuals for financial gain, sometimes even for espionage. We have the gray hats hackers. These are people who sometimes do good, sometimes do bad. Then we have the white hat hackers, who are known as ethical hackers, who are all about using their knowledge for the betterment of their community and the society. For example, I would say I'm a white hat hacker because I use my knowledge for the betterment of my community. It doesn't mean I don't know how to use it in a wrong way.
Yes.
But then the conscience has been trained in a way that you know the difference. You know that if I use this knowledge in this way, these are the problems that people are going to face.
It's just a choice.
It's just a choice.
Because the black hat hackers could as well become white hat hackers.
Exactly. Overnight, it can take minutes for them to switch.
Now the companies that you've been able to point out problems to, why don't they think that, oh, because this man could diagnose the problem, he can solve it better? Why do they go behind you to get others to solve those problems?
The first problem I would say is trust. We don't trust ourselves in Cameroon yet. I believe that someday we're going to get there.
Okay.
But we don't trust ourselves yet. Another reason is reputation. Because it's the first of its kind in Cameroon, and I think in West and Central Africa, there's no offensive security company. All of them are defensive. So it's like we don't have that reputation yet. So everybody's scared. We haven't heard about you. We don't know who you are. But I think a few months back, things are changing. Because we have a client, I won't mention the name, who, when we reported, they were like, okay, can you come over, give us a talk, introduce the problem to us, show us live? They call that a POC, proof of concept. Can you prove it? Okay, you are telling me that, okay, my company, you can have a ghost worker. Yes. Because in this company, we discovered that on their web portal, I can put Love's name as a worker, and at the end of the month, Love's receive 1.5 million as salary when you are not actually working there.
Yes.
So they said, okay, come and prove it. Let's see if this is possible. And we did prove it to them, and they gave us a go ahead to protect it. So I think it's changing. Things are changing. That companies are discovering that, okay, it's a problem, and if we have people in house who can solve this problem, then it's a good idea. Okay.
Is it the same thing like cyber security?
Cyber security is a subsection of information security. So cyber security is securing the cyberspace. For example, your domain names, your domain name servers, your IP, that's internet protocols, email addresses and stuff. These are cyber security. They're just one section of what Zoix does.
Okay. And have you been able to develop any apps, applications, both on mobile devices or maybe for the web?
Yes, another service that we offer is web application development. And we have, when we started, I think the first application we created is called GCE Helper. GCE Helper, like the Cameroon
GCE Helper.
Yeah, yes. Like the General Certificate Examination.
Yes.
And we created this app because a lot of students were failing the GCE, especially from 2013, not because they did not read. So we were talking with the chief examiner, and he said most of the reason why these students fail is because they don't know how to approach the questions. You know, you have a questions like critically examine or critically discuss, and these students don't really know what is required of them. So GCE Helper it's a web application. It still exists. I will not say it was. It's a web application that allows students and teachers to switch roles. So what you do is, if you register as a student, all you can do is ask questions. If you register as a teacher, all you can do is answer those questions. And by answering those questions, a teacher makes points. Each point is 1 franc. So the more points you have, the more money is coming into your mobile money account. So this application exists, I think, since 2014. And it's there online. We also have Africa, that's the regions of Africa. Yeah. A unique application in itself, because it allows Africans wherever they are to listen to the local radio stations and then to communicate with these stations for free. So I can be in Malawi. There are radio stations in Malawi, of course, but the radio station that makes sense to me will be Ocean City Radio in Nimbe,
okay,
or Eden Radio. So this application allows me to listen to this radio station while in Malawi, and then be able to communicate. I can call in if they have an interactive program.
Yes.
I can call for free. We talk for free. I give my own views for free, yes, while being in Malawi, thereby allowing me to keep in touch with home base. That's the second application we develop.
Everything is for free. Then how do you make money?
Yeah, that's a nice question. A lot of people ask this question, and we don't get all the cards from the back, not everything. So I'll just give you a peep. All right. So let's say there are about 102 ways you can make money with this type of applications.
Okay.
But the first way is usually by advertisement.
Okay.
Good. So if you are listening to the radio, we can be passing some advertisement on there, and the advertiser can give us maybe 15,000 francs. It's not much money. We don't want to look for much money at a time. But if we have like 100 subscribers giving you 5,000 or 15,000, it begins to make sense now. Yeah, and then imagine now we are covering all of Africa. you can't have 15 advertisers for the whole of Africa. So let's say for Cameroon you have 20 advertisers, Nigeria you have 200. You can imagine the amount of money that's gradually creeping in. Yeah, that's just one way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please, let me take us back to the hacking.
Okay. All right.
Like you can, for example, reference TV system.
Yeah.
You come into it and you see, oh, the reference TV system can be hacked into.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you get there, do you provide some kind of defense against hackers?
Yes, we do provide defense. But before we provide defense, we must have the express authority and authorization of air reference television. Reference TV must say, okay, we believe
in what you can do.
Yeah, we believe that there's a problem, and we believe that you can help us in this problem. So you have a go ahead. We'll give you so and so information to help you do so and so defense. So we cannot just go and defend reference TV.
No, I'm saying after you've gotten confirmation. For
yes, we can defend.
And can any other good hacker, as good as yourself, can the person still break through the defense?
Yes, there is something we say in security. You can never be 100% secure.
Okay.
You can never. But it's just like thieves. Let me compare it with thieves. There's some security measures that when you take will scare off some level of thieves.
Yes.
Okay, just by putting street lamps around your house, okay, can scare off some thieves. But we know that there are thieves who likes the light instead. Just by putting on security cameras will scare off some other ones. Just by putting up a gap, dogs and stuff. But obviously you know that there are some thieves that will bypass all that. So when we are taking up on security, we try as much as possible to make you as secured as we can. But we always have behind our minds that you will never always be 100% secured. Even if you are, the workers will not be. Because the human factor is the weakest factor in security. So we can secure reference TV as we like. But if the workers in reference TV are sitting behind a computer and watching maybe Facebook, WhatsApp, using the reference TV network, they are still vulnerable. Not because of the network, but because of the people.
Social media exposes systems to hackers.
Yes, it is the easiest, it's the open door. It is the open door. Every hacker passes through that. Every hacker passes through that. No hacker wants to get to you and doesn't go through your social media. No hacker does that. Your social media is the safest, is the easiest. I won't say the safest, the easiest way to get to you. The easiest. Okay, let me try to explain the B.
Yes.
Let's imagine that I want to take total control of reference TV network.
Yes.
The first thing I need to do as a hacker is to implant a virus in one of your machines or even your phone. Now, if I try to send this virus directly network to network, I need to be too excellent to do it. Because by default, your network has been programmed to refuse some certain incoming messages.
Yes.
But if I can talk to you on Facebook, and I know you are sitting on a reference TV computer, you are my open door. All I need to do is confuse you. Just say something, they call it social engineering.
Yes.
For example, I can say, love, I'm so sorry I wasn't at work today. I set up an account, like, for example, like anybody who works here.
Who works here, yes.
And I say, I'm so sorry I couldn't be at work today, but there's something important that the boss just sent to me.
Yes.
Please download this PDF file, print it out, and you're going to get the information.
Okay.
By default, you're a journalist. You
just do that.
You relate to information.
Yeah.
So you just download it. But what you don't know is what you've downloaded is a virus. Even if you are going to see a PDF file, the virus has already gone into the system and already connected to your network. What the virus will do now is send me a reply that, okay, I'm connected. What do you want to do? So I'm sitting on my computer and I can say, okay, switch off all the computers. And all the computers in reference TV are off. And say, oh, I can say, stop the broadcasting. Stop the mics from working.
Oh, really?
All of these are very, very possible. Yeah.
So somebody can sit somewhere and control everything in another company?
Yes, it happened before. It is happening. I'll give you an example of what happened in the United States. A hacker sits in Russia and controls the power plants in America. You can imagine that. The power plant. That means he can make it overheat. He can create a nuclear reaction. That's how dangerous it is.
So shouldn't the government invest more in getting hackers on their side?
the human factor is always in play.
Oh, human factor.
If somebody is really a criminal, you can't pay him enough to get him out of crime. And if somebody is really a good person, you can't pay him enough to get him into crime.
Yes.
So I think that the government should be spending money on social and building up our social values, training us from childhood to see that the good is always the best. Right now the world is selling the fact that bad is better. There are some people who are very, very talented, I think even more than some of us who are in tech, but these guys, we know what they call them scammers. They don't sleep at night, they work extra hard for something that's not good, for something that's evil. Okay, but if they could use that idea, that same amount of force they used to work, that same amount of time for something good, I think they'll make the same amount of money with some level of fame. You get the point? But it's difficult switching those guys' minds. It's very difficult because the mind has been made up. So the human factor is extremely important when we're talking about security.
But why do you suppose? Because if you're going to get the same amount of money, putting in the same amount of work, but now you're going to get good fame, why should it be difficult for you switching from bad to good?
I think the first reason is the way we're brought up. And I think another reason is a factor of time. Many people think making fast money comes fast. That's a fallacy in it. Making fast money doesn't always come fast, and it's not always good. So I think that a lot of people, if I could say it, a lot of people when they are doing this illegal hacking, scamming, phishing, cracking, all these stuff, they just want to have fast money. And they think that if they do it the right way, if they do something good,
it's going to come slow.
Yeah, it's going to come, but it's going to take a lot of time, and nobody wants to wait for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you spoke about hacking into mobile devices.
Yeah.
How possible is that? My phone is in my hand.
Yeah.
So how would you hack into my phone? It's laughing. Oh my goodness, this is so easy. So easy.
Well, all right. Have you ever seen a text message before?
Yes.
Okay. Did you know that I could control your phone if I send you a text message?
Just a text message?
Yes. There are two types of text messages. There's the first type of text message called a plain text message.
Yes.
These are text messages that we read. For example, hey love, how are you? I'm this way, can you let me get something like that. There's another type of text message called Unicode.
Okay.
Okay. These text messages, I believe you have seen it before. Imagine if you buy a new phone and you put in your SIM card, a message comes from MTN or any provider you are using, and it says what is going to follow is a text message to help you configure internet.
Yes.
And that message will come, but it will ask you to install. You can't read it. It's just saying install.
Install, yes.
That's a Unicode. So you're actually running a program on your phone. I could send you a Unicode SMS, and all it will come is just appear something, and you can read like your battery is low, and then under arrive yes. But by clicking yes, you are actually installing a software. You are telling your phone to send information to me. This information includes your pictures, your videos, your contacts, your position, your GPS coordinates, the calls you have made, the calls you've received, including the recording of those calls, SMSs received, SMSs sent, and it can even allow me to control your phone at certain times. So I can tell it that if your phone goes on charge, it should tell me. So when your phone goes on charge and it's somewhere around 8 p.m, I know you're sleeping. And while you're sleeping, I can do what I want. I can add more programs, I can remove programs, I can install things, uninstall things.
So I can just wake up and my WhatsApp is gone?
Not just your WhatsApp. I won't take over your WhatsApp if I'm a bad hacker, right? Because that's the thing, you have to think like the thief. I won't take over your WhatsApp. In fact, I will upgrade your WhatsApp when you are asleep. I'll make you have the latest version of your WhatsApp, because I want to see everything you're typing. The power here is information. I want to see everything you're doing. I'll just hold on and wait until I can even tell your phone each time the following word is written, send a message to me directly. The following words like MTCN, Western Union, Eco Bank, all of these type of things. Once the things appear, just
steal all my money.
Now you get the point.
No.
Really. So when you ask me, it's funny. There was a conference in Silicon Mountain Conference, I think 2016, 15. I demonstrated this. I literally hacked into the organizer's phone live, literally, and people could see how easy it was. It was like 15 minutes. I had a 15-minute talk, and I did that in 4 minutes something.
I took all of his money.
If I wanted to. Just
for purposes of demonstration.
Just for demonstration. But what I did for demonstration was I took a picture with her phone without her clicking the button.
Okay.
Yeah. So I clicked the button remotely from my laptop. The picture was captured, was sent to me, and then deleted from my phone. So even though I have the picture, she will never ever know that
you took.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Please tell us about VC for Africa.
Okay, it's a global venture for companies who are growing. We are registered there. So we register for partnerships, we register for sponsorship. That was about 2012 upward when we started that, and it's a very nice platform for startups to register. And so far, although we have not had an investor from there, but we've had a lot of mentors, people who come on and give us advices how to run the company, what to do, what not to do. And I think most of these advices are what has helped us to stay on track. Because sometimes, as an ethical hacker, you do get tempted too. It doesn't mean you're a Superman.
Yes.
Yeah, you do get tempted. But then when you have people who keep talking to you, keep on the track, keep doing this will work, I believe in what you're doing, then it helps you to stay on track.
Alright. We'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll learn about him. Please, he went to the University of Boya. We're going to learn about what he learned there. If he learned hacking in the University of Boya, then everyone wants to go to UB. Please come back with us after this short break. Welcome back, and this is still the Inside with me, Love Owen. We're still here with Zuo Bruno. Now I want to know, what did you study at the University of where?
University is always a long road. My first year I was doing history and archaeology, but then it was simple. I don't like things that are simple, so I reapplied to do geography.
Please, sorry, history and archaeology was simple.
Yeah.
As in you just aced it, and
I could just read and just understand.
Okay.
It was not challenged. Let me say that.
Okay.
It was not challenging.
Okay.
So I reapplied to do geography. At that time, my dad got angry because the first year history and archaeology, he has spent close to 500,000,
yes,
house rent, school fees, and the stuff. So he said, "Okay, since you want to reapply, you're admin already. Do it yourself." So I reapplied, spent my own money this time around, did geography. And I specialized in the third year in GIS, Geographic Information Systems, because at the time I was already, I can say, a good programmer, at least a bit. So that's what I did.
Then where is all this IT from?
I started liking IT stuff when I was very small.
Okay.
My mother was a typist, so I grew up in front of a typewriter. So it was a machine where I could always go. So one time we were taken from, that's in Ndu, we were taken for excursion. We went to the CDC TX8, the office. Yes. That was the first time I saw a computer. What intrigued me was the keyboard was the same with a typewriter, but it could show on the screen, and I was like, wow. So I started falling in love with the computer. At Form 3, I was made a computer prefect in Impasse, Tico. When I got to the university, before I could get to the university, I started learning how to build websites on my own, programming on my own. Even while I was in the university, I was taking some courses by myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I read a little about you, and you said when you saw a computer for the first time, you wondered why it worked, not how it worked. Why was that?
I've always had that type of mind to know why things are the way they are, not how they are. I could see, when I saw the computer, I knew that it was a keyboard sending information to the screen. But why is that even possible? Why send information to the screen? Can't we send the information somewhere else?
Okay.
Why must the human see it? So it was just the why stuff. So it created a lot of curiosity in me. And because it was challenging too, like I just said, I love things that are challenging. It was challenging too, because when I started learning programming, the program won't always work the way I want. So it was always challenging. I remember I had a laptop that got on flames because I wrote a program. I wrote a program at that time that overheated the CPU.
It literally caught fire.
It literally caught fire at home, literally. So I've always, once something is challenging, it's always nice. I love challenges. Yeah.
That's why you taught yourself web designing.
Yeah. From web designing, I went to programming. From programming, I fell in love with a particular language called Python. It's a programming language. It's not the snake.
Okay, I was going to ask that.
Alright. I fell in love with that language. Then I realized that language is the most used language in hacking. I never knew the word hacking. Hacking came from a friend of mine. He's currently in Thailand. And when he met me, I was building websites. And he asked me a simple question. What do you do to make sure that your website are not hacked? I've never heard that word hacking. But that particular statement made me to go and find out what is hacking all about. Once I discovered what hacking was all about, I switched. I abandoned web development.
Oh my goodness.
I went to because web development was getting less challenging.
Yes.
Because I've already understood the languages, how to build it. I knew a little bit. I can call myself almost an expert at that time. So I switched to hacking. And hacking is that field you cannot stop learning. That's why today
it's
inexhaustible. Today we hear a hacker develop a way of hacking into cameras. The next day, the company that built that camera finds a patch.
Yes.
A patch is a fix.
Yes.
It fixes a problem. 2 weeks later, the hacker have developed another virus for that same camera. So it's like you keep looking to and fro, and you're always intrigued. You're always curious. How did he do it? Why did it work? How did it work? Why this one? Why not that one? So stuff like that. It makes hacking the feel for me. I can say it's a feel for me. I don't think I'm living.
How was it teaching yourself?
Difficult and interesting. Difficult is because you don't know what will happen. You don't know if you are doing anything right or wrong.
That's it.
You don't know if this is the right way to go. Interesting, you are not limited. That's why I have some people come up to me. I have students around me, a lot of them. Most of them ask me the question, why do you always tell us to, most of what you want us to do, you tell us to go and do it at home? And the reason is because I don't want to limit them. In school, I believe that we were limited, especially in this stuff of technology. A teacher will come and tell you, you ask a question, he says, no, it's not possible. That already is a limitation. But if you are teaching yourself, it's interesting because you discover those limitations yourself. In your mind, you know that everything is possible. I can do everything. It's when you start facing the difficulties, and it will take you a very long time and over a very long sort of, I can say, research for you to discover if something is possible or not. Take for example, when I was creating the car application, a lot of programmers told me that it's not possible. But I knew it was possible because I could harness information using Python and push back the information using USSD. So if somebody who has gone to school would know that this is not possible because he is limited to Python. But because I could know that, okay, USSD can grab something from Python as well as Python can grab something from the satellites, then I can make this work together.
Okay, my dear viewers, please let's just act like we understand, Python, and they just give the information to our phone. Yes, we understand. We're getting everything you're saying.
Okay.
Did it ever pose a problem with you with any of your clients? For example, they say, oh no, you didn't go to a traditional school, for example, you didn't get certification from any institution. Was it ever a problem for you?
Never has that been a problem. And I tell you something, love, I think people are looking for results. When you get to the real world, as I call it, because when we're in school, it's an artificial world. Things are all good. But when you get to the real world, people are not looking for your certificates. People are looking for results. And you said something here. We need to solve problems. Anybody who removes money and gives you for something, know that that thing pinches him. That thing hurts. Okay? I won't go to the hospital if I am not feeling hurt.
Pain, yeah.
You get the point? And I'm only paying the doctor because I know what he's going to give me is going to help me out. So when I got into the business world, I realized that nobody asked me how many years you have spent at MIT, how many programming language do you know. The problem they always have is, does it work? The answer is yes. Can you prove it to me that it works? Once I do a demonstration, how much is it? And we bargain the price. Straightforward. So I think that most of our parents, I should say our parents and our young ones, should be looking at professional work. It doesn't pay anymore that much to know when Cameroon was annexed, what happened in 1984, what happened in 1819.
The parts of an anopheles mosquito.
Exactly. what pays is the value you add to someone's life, the value you add to a community. I think that's what pays.
At this stage, what other skill would you like to acquire?
You plant me. Right now, I think I need business management skills. I've gone through the part where I've been a developer. I've gone through a part where even some people are calling me innovator. But I believe that whatever you create, no matter how good it is, if it cannot reach the end user, you failed. I can't market most of the things I create. I cannot market it.
Okay, yes.
Good. I need marketers. I need to run these marketers. I need to train them. I need to make them understand how to sell it. Even though I can't sell it as good as they would. So for that, I think I need business management skills. I need skills as a businessman to push from a startup to maybe a real company in future.
Being self-taught, you're considerably successful, given the fact that you've been able to develop 2 applications, one for the web and one for mobile devices. Now, have there been any, first of all, approximately how many people use these applications?
Well, those 2 applications are just for the mobile and the web.
Yes.
We have other applications for security.
Okay.
Like the one you can secure your cars with SMS.
You spoke about the car.
Yeah, and then the other one you can secure your home and offices with SMS.
Okay.
I will not say we are very successful, but we do have a lot of clients for all of our applications. The web applications for the GC Helper will have close to 2,000 regular users.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and that amount of number is small, looking at the amount of years it has been. And the reason for that is because many people don't know that it exists in the first place. Advertisement has been low, and it comes back to the problem of me not being able to market what we create. But I think right now, as I'm growing from more of a programmer and an ethical hacker to more of a business person, I think that it's time people get to know it better, people can use it better, and at least it's going to help someone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have there been any reports of any malfunctions for any of these applications? For example, someone says, "Oh, I installed this application in my phone or my car, and you didn't give me what I wanted."
Yes, almost on a daily basis. we call them bugs, and bugs happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes, okay, let's give a good example. I can be building an application and using your phone as a platform, a test platform. But once I install that in another phone that doesn't have the requirements or of this phone, the man will complain. I have a problem, it didn't work like you promised, but we always try to fix them, and that is what has given us a good reputation. I think right now we always meet up with our clients' expectation.
That's awesome.
We always try to do that. Most of the time, even we give our clients call, even when they don't call,
We just call to
find out. Are you enjoying it? Is it okay? Good. Yes. What do you think we can improve? Because, like you said, we should solve problems. Not everybody have the same problem the same way.
That's right.
We can have the same problem, but it didn't come the same way. You get the point? So we try to find out, do you think we can add something that will help you? And most of them give us ideas. We try to program these ideas and give them back. Most of the time, the people who give these problems, we give them the updates for free. Okay, so because of your input, this is what we've done, so it's going to be free for you. Yeah.
How user friendly are your applications?
Very. And I think we are moving out of the web and the mobile to SMS.
Okay.
And the reason why we're moving to SMS is because SMS is more applicable for the Cameroonian people and for the African person. Now, I'll give you a good example. Sitting right here, if I send an email to my dad, and in that email I write there that I've been arrested and I need 50,000 to be released or something like that, I can bet with you that my dad will receive that email in 2 months.
2019.
Yes, somewhere around that time.
Yes.
But if I send him an SMS, it's instant.
Yes.
It's instant. So I think that Africans are copying what Europeans have, and they're choking it down the neck of Africans. We are giving people user interfaces.
Oh yeah.
Click here, delete this, don't do that. Meanwhile, SMS can as well do the same thing. I can tell you that, okay, for you to have weather forecast every morning, just text the word
FOR
or something. Just text the word Sokolo
yes
to this number, and every morning you have weather forecast. This is something that if I wake up in the morning and I want to open the web to actually have weather forecast,
it's time consuming
and cumbersome for some of our African parents especially. So we should make technology, even though it's tech, but we should make it easily accessible, easily understood, and easily ready for the people to use. So it's not just like having something that's fancy. People must use it. It must solve a problem. If it doesn't, then like we said, you failed. You failed. Yeah.
Our guest today, Mr. Zuo Bruno, is an award winner. The ethical hacker has won a huge award. You would like to find out what that award was? Please come back with us after this short break. Welcome back to the Insight. We're still on innovative and creative thinking, and we're still here with Mr. Zuo Bruno. Please tell us about the award that you won.
Yeah, the award I won February. It was a JSIC organized by the Ministry of Scientific Research and Innovation, where we had to present. I think a lot of people, more than 1,000 people were available. We had to present our research and innovation, and we won the best prize, which was given by the President of the Republic for best scientific innovation for 2018.
How was that for you? How was that for the company?
It was a big push-up. It was a big push-up because it came with a cash prize of 10 million.
Hallelujah.
It came with a cash prize of 10 million, and it was the first time I saw in Cameroon, I can say, what I think is impartiality. Because when I was going there to present, in my mind I knew, oh, they already have a winner. You know, they can't give 10 million to, yeah, just let's just do it. Let's just do it. But that night I was called after presenting that my mom was sick. So I rushed back to Limbe, and arriving at Limbe, I received a call in the night, somewhere around 9 p.m. that I was a winner. So I was like, wow. So it was a very nice win. It helps the company a lot. That's really pushed us forward to make sure that we create things that are, because it's one thing for you to create things, and it's one thing for someone to say, I think you're the best.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So how's your mom doing now?
No, she's fine.
Okay, let's move back to your mom. You said she was a typist.
Yeah.
And this love for computers started from when you saw her on her typewriter.
Yeah.
Was there more influence from her and your dad to contribute in your being this innovative, creative IT person?
Yes, I think they did it in a subtle way. They didn't talk me into it, and they didn't talk me out of it, but they let me, they made me believe that I could do it. Most of the time my dad would just say, okay, wake up in the morning, do your house chores. After your house chores, what else do you do? Okay, go and sit on your computer. That's all he will say. Go and sit on your computer. Because at one point I got a small laptop which I was teaching myself on. So once he came and I've done everything he needs me to do, no bother. He won't disturb, nothing. So at least I realized that they pushed me forward by letting me do what I could do best.
Okay.
They didn't like influence it. They didn't like, okay, say do it more, stop doing it. No, it was just like, let's say fair.
Okay.
Do what you think you can.
Now you've gone in for a competition and you've won. Obviously it has boosted your confidence. Do you intend going in for more competitions?
Yes, I think I intend doing that, and I did not just win because without letting the cat out of the bag, I was called to represent Cameroon on something big. So so that you kill me. So that's like saying, okay, so it's not just all about the competition.
Yes.
They think that, oh, you can really represent the country in something, and it also makes me to understand that at least I'm doing something that is visible. People are saying this because you don't just win stuff like that.
No, you don't.
People have seen it. People know you're doing something. So if you keep doing it, good for you. If you think you have arrived and you relax, you're going to be like the guy Proverbs said, that just a little bit of sleep.
A little bit of slumber.
Then
your poverty will overtake you.
You know it.
Okay, we've obviously spoken about a lot of your successes. Do you have a major obstacle that you've experienced, and how did you learn from that obstacle?
Major obstacle. Okay. I love challenges, I said it before. There was a major challenge when I was doing the research in creating the car application.
Yes.
The internet was disconnected.
Oh, it was during that period?
Yeah, the internet was disconnected. So it was a major problem for me. Major problem. But then, being a lover of challenges, how can I exploit that challenge? I switched from building an internet-based tracking system to an SMS-based tracking system because there was no internet. And that won me 10 million.
That was what won you 10 million?
Yeah.
You see, it means every obstacle is actually
a blessing.
It is.
Yes.
What is it that you know now that you wish you knew 5 years ago?
Thank you for that question. I'll back forward it to 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
I would not have gone to the university. I'm not saying people should not do. I would have gone into a professional school. I would have done what I'm doing professionally. Because I look at my 4 years in the university, 1 being for history, 3 being for geography. I think I would have started ever since. The university kept me at bay. I'm not saying it's all bad. It's not all bad because
we get
at least we got some. I met my wife in the university. So if I didn't, so if I
went to the university, you meet your spouse.
I'm not saying that either. You can kill me. Alright, so I'm saying people should go to school, but let's look at the professionalism in it. Because when I got out of university, there was no job, there was nothing I could do. And I studied geography in a generalized way. Okay? It means I didn't specialize in anything. I was nothing at the first degree. I did not have a name. I could not become anything. Because, oh yeah, what do you have? BSc in geography. So what can you do? That's the point. Because that's what business people ask you. What can you do? What value can you add? So I think that I would not have gone to university. I would have specialized ever since. Another setback is I would have made better friends. Because friends have their stuff. I think at this age that I'm getting to know how to make very good friends. Like Pombua was here.
Yes.
I think that's the only friend I have of my age. The rest are either too old or too young.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where do you see Zuo in? Let's say 5 years.
Okay, 5-year plan. Zuo is going to be one of the companies that people look up to when it comes to security. We hope. And we also hope Zuo is going to be a company that a lot of young stars from institutions like the University of Boya, the Catholic Institute, the University, Catholic University Institute of Boya, and other tech schools. Zuo will be one of that companies that these children can look up to and say, okay, we passed here through internship, because we have a very, very nice internship program where we even give some allowances and make the interns to learn hands-on. We don't tell them what is supposed to be done. We show them. They need to do it. So I think that that's what we're trying to do. And if all goes well by God's grace, Uzois is trying to create a tech incubator in Limbe. A lot of tech guys in Limbe rush to Boya, not because Boya is the best place, but because they see a lot of incubators there, like Active Spaces, Jongo Hub. But if we have that in Limbe, I think these guys will remain here and make Limbe also proud, because we are already part of the Silicon Mountain. You can be in Limbe and still be part of the Silicon Mountain, so it's really no need moving that much.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
It's been awesome.
Thank you very much.
Now, for those of us who think there is nothing good in Cameroon, obviously you've not met Zuix. They are awesome and they do their job to the satisfaction of the consumers. And you have any security need, please, Zuix is your friend. You could always get to them and you very much be satisfied. Thank you very much for joining us on this edition of the program. Catch the rebroadcast at 10 p.m. today and see you live tomorrow at 2 p.m. This is The Inside with me, Love Owen.